Imagine a creature so tough it can outlast a trip into outer space naked. Sounds like science fiction, right? Meet the tardigrade, the microscopic titan of the natural world. Welcome to Oddly Interesting, where we dive into the strange and surprising facts that make our world so fascinating. Today, we're shining the spotlight on these pint-sized powerhouses, and trust me, they're unstoppable when it comes to surviving extreme conditions. So, what exactly is a tardigrade, also known as water bears or moss piglets? Yes, moss piglets. These tiny critters average about 0.5 millimeter in length. That's roughly the size of a pencil tip. You can find them lounging in damp moss, the soil in your garden, or even the sediment at the bottom of a lake. Despite their adorable nicknames, tardigrades are the ultimate thrill seekers of the micro world. They can handle a mind-boggling range of conditions that would send most other living things packing. Whether it's freezing cold, scorching heat, crushing pressure, or a complete lack of oxygen, these feisty fellows have it covered. Now, you might be thinking, a moss piglet. It sounds like a character from a children's book, but don't let the cute name fool you. If these creatures filled out a resume under special skills, they'd probably list survives the apocalypse and enjoys long walks on the moon's surface. Tardigrades have actually been studied in outer space, exposed to the vacuum and harmful cosmic rays, and they came back ready for dessert, barely batting an eyelash. Talk about cosmic-level confidence. But what gives these tiny tanks their superpowers? One thing, ton mode. When conditions become unbearable, like a drought that makes a desert look like a water park, tardigrades can dry themselves out to form a near-lifeless state known as a ton. Picture it as a microscopic hibernation. In this state, they reduce their metabolism to almost zero, using special protective proteins and sugars to keep their cells intact. They can stay in this suspended animation for years, just waiting for that glorious moment when water finally reappears. Let's talk extremes. Not only can tardigrades withstand temperatures close to absolute zero, where even atoms start to feel sluggish, but they can also handle heat over 300 degrees Fahrenheit, around 150 Celsius. And if that wasn't impressive enough, they're practically invincible when it comes to radiation. While humans get nervous about a single X-ray, water bears can shrug off radiation doses that would make your Geiger counter cry for help. It's as if they decided the best defense is simply, nope, I'm not affected. For instance, scientists once launched them into actual space, exposing them to harsh cosmic rays. After returning to Earth, most tardigrades revived just fine with a splash of water, like they'd merely taken a quick cosmic nap. In another experiment, they endured 6,000 atmospheres of pressure, about 6 times what you'd experience at the deepest part of Earth's oceans, and carried on like they were built of titanium. If that's not resilience, I don't know what is. You might wonder how all this super survival helps them in everyday life. Well, while they're not exactly conquering galaxies, tardigrades face plenty of hazards in their normal habitats, like drying out if their mossy home loses moisture. Going into ton mode and bouncing back when the water returns is the ultimate adaptation for riding out rough patches. So that's the story of the tardigrade, a creature so robust it basically calls your toughest conditions Tuesday. From braving cosmic rays to handling insane pressures, these microscopic adventurers prove that size isn't everything, especially when you can shrug off nearly anything nature or even space throws at you. If you found this water bear wonder tale oddly interesting, and who wouldn't, go ahead and tap that thumbs up and subscribe. Got a question or a topic you want us to explore next? Drop it in the comments. Until then, remember, when life gets extreme, be like a tardigrade. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Oddly Interesting.